Jumbo Mambo Familia Angu, Mimini Mimini Babu Eli-Ben-Eli, habari gani, habari yako. Jumbo Mambo, karibu. I just wanted to take an opportunity to talk about something that has been on my mind. People may ask themselves, why is it that a person would buy a mule instead of a regular horse? And the answer to that is very simple. A mule is like, I believe it's on trending that said something to the effect of it's almost like a donkey. It's half a donkey. It's an animal. Donkeys are usually not a glamorous thing to own. They're something that you own to do work. You own them to pull things. In a lot of parts of Africa, in the Middle East, and in Asia, people actually eat donkey meat. But let's say that you have an old horse, an old stallion, and or you have a large donkey. Let's say you have an old stallion, though, and the stallion is still capable of siring, offspring. And you have a female donkey. You breed it with a jackass, and you end up with a mule. And a mule is donkeys and mules are basically creatures that are owned by poor people. People who cannot afford a high quality horse, but who still want an opportunity to own equine, want to. Okay, let me say this. Jackasses and horses and zebras, I believe, they're all part of the equus family, but the glamorous creature among them, the expensive creature among them, is an expensive horse. And, horses are just very, very costly to own. My belief is that apparently Marwa wants to please his woman, but in reality, Marwa may be too, he may not be financially, he may be too poor, to be quite honest, to afford a horse. We all know that he's regularly begging people to send them money to buy him this and to buy him that because he's poor. He can't afford to buy it for himself. And my theory about why Marwa, chose to buy my theory about why Marwa chose to buy a jackass. Pardon me. Some people are saying that Marwa has four equines. He has 2 mules, he has a horse, and he has a jackass himself. But maybe Marwa wanted to own a horse or horses, but he's financially unable to. And the way that they pronounce it in Kenya is donators. Maybe his donators were unwilling to give him any money. So he went ahead and bought the jackasses. Probably would have bought a donkey. And he got an old horse. If you look at that horse carefully, it's healthy. It's not sickly, but this is a creature for a poor man, and I'm not gonna make fun of Marwa or anything, but obviously he couldn't afford a high quality horse. So he went ahead and he bought the mules, and he bought an old horse. He says that horse is 3 years old. I don't know about that. If you look at that horse carefully, there are white hairs mixed in with the black hairs. That's a sign of an old horse. And the mules, okay, let me say something about mules. There are female mules and there are male mules. Female mules cannot become pregnant, and male mules cannot impregnate either a horse or a donkey or another mule. Mules are incapable of bearing progeny. The point is that Marwa was saying that one of the mares is gonna bear a colt before too long. The only thing that mare is going to bear is a big pile of manure. That mare isn't getting now. I'm saying all of this by way of getting around to a question that I have. Honestly, folks, Marwa says that when he was little, his stepfather owned a donkey called Toto. So he knows what a donkey is. This is the question that I have. Was Marwa so stupid? I mean, we all think of him as, I am Marwa, the king of Nyabohanset, or the make-believe king of Nyabohanset, the Marsh king, the person, the owner of the Villa Medellin and all of this stuff. But if you listen to Marwa carefully, there are times when he calls women him and he calls men she. Marwa is not a very, how would I put, Marwa cannot even drive a car. Marwa can drive a motorcycle. Maybe it's because he's blind in one eye. I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day, and it suddenly dawned on me. Can it be that this is a very, very stupid man? Everybody's telling him, several of his subscribers, all of the reactors, everybody's telling him, you own a horse and 2 mules. My gosh, is it possible that Marwa is so incredibly stupid that the people who sold him those animals told him, Marwa, I have 3 horses for you. 2 of them look a little unusual, and that's because they're African horses. Is it possible that Marwa is so stupid that he didn't understand that he was being sold 2 mules? Because he's saying, when people tell him, no, those are mules, those are not horses, he's acting like if people don't understand that these are horses and everything. My gosh, people, this man is stupid. He just, it's like, you don't have to be an expert on horses to know the difference in between a mule and a horse. It occurs to me that this man is simply ignorant and stupid. He doesn't understand the difference. It's like, for that matter, even Conrad's mom, and this I find embarrassing. Conrad's mom is supposed to be a school teacher. She's supposed to be a learned woman. Apparently, she herself does not understand that these are not all horses, that the 2 grays are actually mules. And it's difficult to understand this because these are people who had owned a donkey in the past and apparently have had exposure to the varieties of equines. So it's kind of like it's confusing for me. I mean, at the end, they say that when you doubt the facts about a situation, sometimes the most obvious fact is probably the truth. The truth of the matter is that the grand scammer, the man who has visited hundreds of countries and everything. It's too stupid to recognize the difference in between a mule and it's too stupid to recognize the difference in between a mule and a horse. Anyway, I wanted to make a comment about fellow the boy, about something that I have been thinking about, you know, and I haven't wanted to make a comment about until I thought about it for a while. You know, fellow the boy is apparently seems to really care for orphans. So he went ahead and adopted a little boy. He's calling him Fellow Junior. And, you know, it's like, apparently he adopts this kid and this child and leaves him at the orphanage. But he's going there with a lot of presents every now and then. He brings a little boy presents. And he's acting like if he's a father. I wish that somebody would explain to him that being a father is not just about giving presents. Being a father is not just about buying things for a child. Being a father is about taking care of the child. And if he has adopted that child and the child is still living in an orphanage, that child is still an orphan. That child is still an orphan. And the thing is that this is a man who has enough money to plant all kinds of vegetables in a big part of his yard, and he's going to plant more vegetables. He has chickens and everything. Fellow the boy has proven something very interesting, and that is that you don't have to have a lot of money to get things done. He gets a lot of things done for other people. He buys them clothes. He does this. He does that. And there are women around him that are willing to help him with different things. Yet he claims that he's adopted a child. And he says, oh, my house isn't ready. Well, you have a place to live. Why can't you bring the infant and have him live there? Why can't you, why can't you go ahead and pay some women to go ahead and help you care for the child? You know, it's like, fellow the boy is playing games with this child, playing at being a father. A child needs a real father, and if you're not really ready to be a real father, provide that child with food and sustenance and a place to live, then leave the child. Don't enter the child's life and create false expectations, saying that you're the father when you're not really prepared to be a father. My dear friends, if you have watched this, Asante Asana, if you have watched a video this far, I would ask that if you haven't, please like and subscribe. Slowly but surely, my little channel is growing. I don't have big, powerful YouTubers that are my friends or whatever who are going to shout out my channel. A lot of these people that watch my channel are prejudiced. They're prejudiced against an American YouTuber. They're prejudiced against an older man. Apparently, in their mind, my job is to just sit back and watch them and die. I can't have an opinion of my own. I can't want a channel of my own. Well, you're not God. Okay, God did. Some of you are going, oh, a man of your age, blah, blah, blah. My attitude is, I hope you actually have a father, and I hope he lives to be my age. And if you're a man, I hope that you live to be my age. And if you're a woman, I hope you live to be my age and older. Until then, I'm going to urge you to do something. Please grow up. If you haven't liked my channel, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And, have the mercy that God has for you, okay? Just because you have reached a certain age doesn't mean that you shouldn't live your life. And you shouldn't have goals and you shouldn't have ambition. May God forgive you for your lack of charity of spirit. May God forgive you for your rudeness and your cruelty. The people that I love in this, in the YouTube metaverse, those people who are capable of reaching out to Babu Eli, capable of being friends to Babu Eli, capable of showing me some love. You are blessed people, and you will be blessed. If you ever need anything from me, reach out to me. Reach out to me privately or whatever. Some of you already have. Reach out to me privately, and I'll be there for you, and I will help you. Okay, thank you very much for all of those who have already subscribed. May God bless you. May you never lack. May you never hunger. Okay, and if you ever need anything and I can help you, all that you have to do is reach out to me. In the meantime, Mungu akubariki. May Mungu bless you, and I hope that you are blessed. Asante sana for watching. Quiet.